Wow. Wow, bro. That's crazy. That's
Coby White. One of the more interesting rookies of this 2019-2020 season. Also, I feel like he's one of the most underrated rookies of this season. I mean, he is a UNC guard drafted by the Bulls in the lottery, right? Whoa. So let's slow down some. But coming in at the 7th pick, third point guard behind John Morant and Darius Garland, he was seen as a guy that can score at all 3 levels with an exceptional 3-point shot, insanely quick as we routinely saw in college. And for me, the competitiveness and attitude really popped out while doing Coby White research. Although he is fast, he does tend to be a little bit too fast for his own good sometimes, and that leads him into bad mistakes, turnovers, charges, etc. All his weaknesses are very, very fixable with working and with experience and age. And if Coby White's able to develop all these skills and fix all these problems, I think the Bulls can be legit future title contenders. Before we start though, if you do like videos like this, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me which player you want me to do a breakdown on next. But without further ado, let's get into Coby White. As a whole, Coby White's averaging a solid 13 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2 assists on 39% field goal shooting and 35% from 3 on 12 field goal attempts. But in the last 9 games, as he started to heat up, he averaged 24 points, 5 assists on 46% shooting, 39% from 3 and 90% from the free throw line with 20 field goal attempts a game, compared to the first 56 games where he only averaged 11 points, 2 assists on 36% shooting, 33% from 3, 75 from the line on only 10 field goal attempts. So there's a couple things here that I wanted to touch on. First of all, Jim Boylan, what are you doing? Play this guy more. Okay. Secondly, you could really see Coby White getting more and more comfortable within the offense as time went on and as he's playing more and more. So that's a great sign for a Bulls fan. The first thing that came up to my mind when researching Coby White is that he is very dynamic. He really thrives in the open court. Very fast with the ball. I think he can cause a lot of problems, drawing fouls, getting rebounds and just going coast to coast. I think Coby can really make a living off of just getting a rebound and going coast to coast because, I mean, no one can really stop him in the open court. Look at guys like Russ. Look at guys like De'Aaron Fox. Look at guys like a healthy John Wall. Like, once they get that rebound, they're gone and there's nothing you can do about it. And it seems to elevate the teams around them once they have the right guys around them. One thing though is the Bulls do only rank 16th in pace, so with Coby White being the starting point guard, when we come back, I expect the Bulls to rank way higher in pace, hopefully for top 10 for the rest of this season, and hopefully to get within the top 5 by next year, because they must use Coby White's best advantage to his full potential. But on the downside, Coby White tends to be too fast for his own good sometimes, as he gets himself into constant trouble, trying to force breaks when it's not necessary, going 1-on-4, drawing very avoidable charges in the paint where he just needs to slow down a little bit. And another thing is he doesn't have the tightest handle, so he tends to lose control of the ball once he's going too fast, and that leads to just countless turnovers. But usually when he does push the pace, he gets at the rim with quite ease. I think he does in fact have a lot of potential at the rim. He's not the most athletic guy, but he can beat most guys off the dribble. His floater game is pretty good for a rookie, and thank God he has a floater game right now, because he often does get blocked at the rim by not initiating contact to the big man, which leads to an easy block. There's one particular game in which he got blocked 4 times at the rim in one half, just by simply not initiating contact. And if y'all know basketball, y'all know that initiating contact is so important into not getting your shot blocked at the rim. Like I mentioned before, he can score at all 3 levels effectively. His mid-range game is, I don't want to say advanced, but it's pretty good for a rookie. Coby can be a very effective mid-range shooter because he can use his speed to bait bigs to drop lower on pick and rolls, therefore an open mid-range. Coby can really put defenses in a bind, because if he ends up hitting that mid-range shot very consistently, guess what? Bigs are going to come up more and he's going to be able to drive it again with his quick speed and athleticism. Another way Coby White can use his speed to bait defenders is the step back game. Now, as you see with guys like Harden and Luka, the step back game can be used to really make yourself a very explosive scorer. Coby White for a rookie already shows a nice step back game. He creates a lot of space on his step backs. They're a little like awkward, but good enough space between him and the defender. Coby does have a really fast release, using on-ball screens and off-ball screens, similar to a guy like Jamal Murray, who I really see comparisons in. With that being said, the Bulls only ranked 23rd in assists, which is abysmal, which means Coby's going to have to create a lot for himself. Obviously, that won't be easy because the Bulls aren't a great shooting team, so a lot of the attention is going to go to him on the perimeter, with Zach LaVine and Otto Porter out the game, of course. And he also does tend to be a bit trigger happy. I know his shot is quick, but sometimes he releases it too quick. At times, seems like he's short-arming it a little bit, which in the result is he's in the bottom half of the first rounders in true shooting percentage. As for passing, he's not a natural point guard, as we all know by now. I think what would really up his assists is picking up the pace more so he can get more of his assists in transition. At Carolina, 35% of his assists came from transition. So running and gunning is really going to benefit Coby White in all aspects. He has shown flashes of running the offense and breaking down pick and rolls, but that's just not his forte, man. I don't really see him getting too great at running an offense, but I can see him being a really nice pick and roll guy. But to be honest, I see 6 being the most he could ever average when it comes to assists. Last but definitely not least, the defense. So Coby does get aggressive at times with his defense, reaching in, bumping into guys, similar to Russ. I watch Russ a lot, so I know a lot of what he does on the defensive end as well. That could bait him into a lot of foul trouble. And Coby's a very energetic and quick guy, so he does have potential being a pretty solid defender, but I wouldn't go as far as to say like he'd be one of the top point guard defenders in the league. Right now, he only averages about 0.8 steals per game. He has a 6'5" wingspan, so that's not too great. You'd want your wingspan to be a couple inches like longer than your height. But with his quickness, agility, and him studying more offenses as time goes on, I expect him to average over 1.5 steals per game. Just because, like I said, he's pretty quick and he can get to the ball fast. Like Russ isn't a great defender, but he averages 2 steals a game. You know what I mean? So I can see Coby getting to at least 1.8 steals. At least he should be, in my opinion. Also, with that quickness and agility, he does draw a lot of charges. He drew a lot at college, so I don't expect Coby White to be the greatest defender in the world by any means, but I don't expect him to be bad either. He should be pretty solid. Okay, overall impression on Coby White. I can see him being a guy who averages over 20 points for most of his career. Maybe have a couple years of 24 to 26 points per game. Just because we're in the era of pace and space now, and Coby White just fits perfectly into this era, and he'll be very successful scoring the ball. Have his 3-point percentage be 36% and up for most of his career. And like I said earlier, I don't see him averaging more than 5.5 to 6 assists. Maybe have a couple years of 7, maybe, I don't know, but I think he could definitely average 6+ rebounds a game for his career. He has a good knack for the ball, and he obviously is quick enough to get down to the paint and snag a rebound from a big guy. And I think he'll quickly realize that getting rebounds and going coast to coast will make a lot of things easier for him. So I'm not gonna say he's begun a stat pad, but he will seek to get a couple more rebounds a game just because it'll make it easier for him, right? But other than that, I see him as kind of like a Jamal Murray type of player. I don't really see him being a number 1 guy on a championship team or anything like that. But I think he has the potential to get to a number 2 guy. Maybe a number 3 guy is more ideal. Maybe I'm just being too negative on him. But hopefully he's as best as he can possibly be, right? Like, I just like to see great basketball. So, but other than that, y'all, really enjoyed making this video. Let me know which player y'all want me to do next my player breakdown on. I have my Jason Tatum player breakdown. I'll put that on the screen right now. Y'all can go check that out. And other than that, man, it's Jimmy from Just the Facts, and I'm signing out. Peace.